So something that the Lord has been speaking to me about my spirit the past few weeks, I heard him say the Sunday life, like no more Sunday life, no more Sunday life, no more Sunday life. And I'm like, all right, Lord, okay, no more Sunday life. And when he began to really show me or speak to me about was that there are some of you where your connection, your relationship with God consists only on Sunday, or the bulk of it is on Sunday. Of course, you go to church on Sunday. You might read your word a little bit on Sunday. Play some gospel music. You might even know some scriptures by heart. But after Sunday, it's a wrap. The Lord is not heavily involved in your life Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for the rest of the week, every day of your life. And the Lord now is saying, no more Sunday life. I need you to come closer. I need you to go deeper. All right. I want you to see the real deal. No more halfway, no more just a little bit, but I want you to have a real deep relationship with me because a lot of times you just focus on your will. You focus on how you think your life should look. You make decisions without the Lord. You don't consult the Lord or really bring him into what you're doing. You don't seek his counsel and his wisdom about the decisions you're making. But the bulk of your spiritual life or your spiritual practices is on Sunday. You go to church, you get a good word, you might even take some notes, and you might dance and sing and shout and all of these things, but it stops there. It's nothing on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You might pray to God about your problems or your issues, but you're more focused on your will being the thing that happens. And of course, as people, a lot of times we focus on our will, but it's not about our will. It's about the Lord's will because He has created you for a purpose and a beautiful plan. But it's not the purpose and the plan that only you see or you think about, because sometimes we want to do things or go a certain way that the Lord is not calling us. And just because it seems good doesn't mean that God called you there. And so what happens is we live a life outside of what God is calling us to do in the first place. And so the Lord is saying, no more Sunday life. Get rid of it, throw it out. I need you to start spending time in your word. I need you to start praying. I need you to spend more time in prayer if you pray. I need you to start actually meditating on my word, really sitting with the notes you took. What are the things that you've heard? I want you to begin to know my voice. I want you to begin to know me. I want you to begin to be in my presence and grow in intimacy, to know me, to hear me, to see me, to have the perception that I want you to have a godly perception of the Spirit, not to be led by your flesh, but to be led by the Spirit, to die to yourself, to really take up your cross and follow me, but not letting the bulk of your life just be go to church on Sunday. Throughout the week, I might hear a gospel song, or I might be like, "Girl, that's my song," or "Bro, that's my song," or "I know this scripture by heart," and yep, and we say all of these things that make us look godly or make you look godly, but in reality, your life is not dedicated to the Lord. Because remember, we on earth now, but soon it will pass away, and this will be no more. There will be a new heaven and a new earth. And when you stand before the Lord, the only thing that's going to count is what did you do while you were on earth? What did you do with the gifts, the talents? What did you do with all the influence God gave you? What did you do with even your looks or your style or your charisma or the way you know how to talk, or all of these things that God has given you as a person to be a steward over on your time on earth? What did you do with it? Did you walk in God's purpose and have a real connection and relationship with Jesus? Or was this life all about you? Because that's not the way that God has designed it. So I urge you, I challenge you, and I encourage you really to take that step and build a real lasting and deep relationship with the Lord. It's just like a loved one or somebody you're in a relationship with, right? Let's make it simple. What if you only spoke to them one day, or if they showed signs of loving on you one day, but the rest of the week they didn't care about you, or they didn't really want to hear from you, or they really didn't want to be that involved with you, how would you feel? It's the same way with God. God is like, talk to me, ask me. You call your friends, you call your family, your mother, your father, but I am your Father in heaven. I want to teach you the way to go. I want to show you the right way to do things. I want you to be in my word so you can have great wisdom and counsel on what decisions to make. I want you to be able to make a godly decision without constantly thinking about what you should do or how you should do, because you already know, because you're in my word, because you stay close to me, because you're connected to me. I am the vine and you are the branch. You stay connected to me. You know what your father says. You know what your father does. You know what's godly and ungodly. You know what's good for you. You know what's not good for you, because it's according to my word. But you won't know unless you come closer. It's time to come closer. It is time to go deeper. The Lord is waiting on you. So, for whoever is living just the Sunday life, even if it's Sunday and Monday, it's time for your life to be dedicated to God each and every day, because He is waiting on you more than you know. All right. And it's one of the most beautiful things that you will ever, matter of fact, it's the most beautiful thing that you will ever experience, a relationship with the Lord, because He's your Father in heaven. He loves you. He wants more than just the scraps that you give Him, because He cares for you. He knows you. And He wants to lead you down the path that you need to go down. Because when you begin to live for the Lord and walk with the Lord, then you will see the 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 most fulfillment you have ever seen in your life. When you truly begin to walk with the Lord and grow and take step by step, you'll see the real fulfillment that you are yearning for as you walk with Him and also walk in His will. So be encouraged and take that step.